From raging rivers that swallow entire villages to tornadoes that rip through towns in seconds, nature's power is a force beyond human comprehension. But even as it destroys, it also creates, leaving us both awestruck and humbled by its raw, untamed energy.
A warehouse is inundated, its contents boxes, sacks, and debris being swept away by the rampaging water. More cars are submerged, illustrating the widespread impact of the flooding. The scale of the flooding is immense, encompassing streets, parking lots. A bicycle lies buried under a massive avalanche of snow. A powerful windstorm batters a house, sending debris flying. A house collapses into a raging river. The force of the water is overwhelming, and you can see people watching and reacting with fear. A large section of a glacier calves, dramatically plunging into the ocean. The resulting splash is massive. A furious windstorm rages, tearing through trees. A streetlight snaps and falls to the ground. Luckily, no one is injured. Iceland, lava flows like a fiery river. A dust devil rips through a building, tearing off parts of the roof. A massive dust devil swirls across an open area near a road. You can see the sheer power of nature. Cars are completely submerged by the floodwater. A barge overflows with rocks and sand, another scene of water damage. A shipping container falls from a crane onto a truck and near miss. Luckily, there are no injuries. A helicopter surveys the damage left by several avalanches. Further shots of massive avalanches, showing the extent of the snow damage. A wall of water rushes down a street. People are running and screaming, caught off guard. A powerful windstorm causes trees to bend drastically, another display of nature's strength. A landslide roars down a hillside, narrowly missing a highway. More flips of storms and the damage they cause. A streetlight collapses, showing how even seemingly small things can be damaged in severe weather. A truck crashed into a drive-through menu board. The flooding is quite deep, as shown in further scenes.
Relentless downpours caused the extended flooding. Locals disclosed that the drains didn't get cleaned up after the water went down, which eventually led to the collapse.
Ice flows on a lake, disturbed by the force of the wind. A building collapses in a cloud of dust, reminding us that powerful forces can cause unexpected damage. More examples of buildings that have been damaged by severe weather. A car is swept away by floodwaters, illustrating the destructive power of these events. Another example of a car which was overtaken by floodwaters, highlighting the dangers associated with flash floods. More examples of vehicles that have been affected by severe weather. Another clip of people running from rising floodwaters. A large wave crashed onto rocks, sweeping away beachgoers. More intense scenes of flooding and the damage it causes. A swollen river overflows, completely submerging the nearby area. A short animation showing the intensity of rainfall. A worker struggles to throw a bag of trash in the bin. More examples of weather damage. More clips of weather damage and the challenges associated with severe weather events. A car is completely submerged by a flood. More examples of glacier calving. A waterspout is seen over a body of water. More examples of weather damage. A dust cloud is rising from a large explosion, probably due to an earthquake. A truck is overloaded and struggling to cross a bridge. A gorgeous double rainbow, a sharp contrast to the destruction seen elsewhere. A large wildfire raging across a landscape. A seal is relaxing on a piece of ice. Suddenly, the ice shifts and the seal is thrown into the water. Cars are being swept away by floodwaters. More examples of severe weather damage. Another clip showing cars being swept away. A container falls from a landslide, highlighting the dangers of this natural event. More examples of weather damage. A car is driving in a blizzard. Heavy snowfall and reduced visibility present significant driving challenges. More scenes of hail and flooding. A building collapses due to a landslide, a tragic consequence of natural forces. A powerful wave crashed over a structure on the seawall. A massive landslide in La Paz, Bolivia, a high-altitude city vulnerable to such events. More clips of weather damage. A crane collapses due to strong winds, signifying the danger of severe weather. More scenes of flooding damage. Demonstrating how wildlife can be affected by extreme conditions. More scenes of damage caused by severe weather. More examples of severe weather damage. A cliff collapses onto a beach, disrupting sunbathers. Workers are working alongside a road when a landslide occurs. More scenes of flooding damage. More examples of severe weather damage and driving difficulties in blizzard conditions. More scenes of flooding. More scenes of dust devils and weather damage. People are being rescued from floodwaters, showing the human side of these events. More scenes of severe weather damage. A shopping mall is flooded, with shelves and other items floating through the water. More scenes of flooding damage. More scenes of flooding damage. A dust devil swirls across an open area, highlighting the power of nature's force. More examples of weather damage. More scenes of severe weather damage. More scenes of severe weather damage. A landslide engulfs a forest area. A truck is dumping sand on a road. A helicopter is shown dropping water on a fire. More scenes of flooding and rescues. More scenes of severe weather damage. More examples of severe weather damage. More scenes of severe weather damage. A bridge collapses impacted by a large volume of water. More examples of severe weather damage. More scenes of severe weather damage. A vehicle is struggling to drive through heavy snow. A lighthouse is surrounded by high waves during a storm. More scenes of flooding damage. More scenes of flooding damage. A fire spreads along a grassy area, illustrating wildfire's unpredictable nature. More scenes of severe weather damage. More examples of severe weather damage. More scenes of severe weather damage. A fire tornado is shown, illustrating the power of nature.